Hello, good evening all. Hope you all are doing very well. In today's class, I will going to discuss about these five terms which are going to use in pharmacology. The terms are what is dependence, what is drug addiction, what is tolerance, what is tachyphylaxis, what is idiosyncrasy. In previous classes, I have already discussed about what is pharmacology, then I have discussed about what is pharmacokinetics, then what is pharmacodynamics, and afterwards I have discussed about what is agonist, what is antagonist, and their types. So let's start with this video. In the case of dependence, basically drug dependence, you can say that it's a condition where a particular person is not showing physiological response in the absence of a particular drug. So let me break down this. Suppose a person is suffering from insomnia, means he is not getting enough sleep at night. So he has visited to the doctor, and doctor has prescribed him sleeping pill, means it's basically barbiturate drug. So he started taking, and that doctor has prescribed him for the 14 days, and he started taking medicine. And at the day 14, it was okay, means every day he is taking medicine, and every day he is getting deep sleep, and at the morning also he is waking up, and everything is fine. Well, he's now his sleep is like changed. Now his normal state. But at the day 15, he has only 14 days of medicine. But at the day of 15, so what he will do? Like he won't get sleep until unless he take that medicine. This is called as the drug dependence. Means he has depended on the medicine for his sleep. Without that barbiturate drug, he is not able to sleep. This is called as the drug dependency. The sleeping pills like barbiturate and the diazepam, this all that CNS depressant drug or which helps in producing sleep are comes under the drug dependency example. In the case of addiction, drug addiction, it's basically a chronic kind of thing where a person is addicted to a drug, and it's kind of like obsessively addicted to the drug. Means until unless he will not get that drug, he will be not feeling well. Means he has some euphoric function. Euphoric means feel good function. So he need that feeling every day. Means he is dependent on that. In order to be happy, he needs that drug. The drugs like the cocaine. The basic thing is that it's kind of acute thing. Acute thing means if you're not getting enough sleep after a few days, like you will be okay, right? But in the case of the addiction, it is obsessively addicted to the drug. Means kind of chronic, psychological. In the psychological level, he is addicted. So this is called as what? Drug addiction. Drug like cocaine comes under the drug addiction, right? Some person is taking cocaine every day for in every 6 hours, 7 hours. So this is called as the drug addiction, right? In the case of the tolerance, I'll say that like there will be like change in the physiological response after long time. I mean, if you are taking a medicine from long time, if you have been taking that medicine for 2 years or 3 years, but initially it was okay, means you were taking the medicine and the medicine was working very well in your system. But later, when the time is passing, you can observe that your system is, you are taking medicine, but your system, your physiological changes, or you're not like it was not okay like it was, means it was producing more effect in previous time, but now the effect is going downgrade. Means you are taking medicine but you are not getting responses. Such an example, suppose if you are taking a medicine for antacid purpose, initially it was okay, means you are doing very well, absolutely okay with that. Means you are taking medicine and you are healed, means you used to heal very fast. But now what is happening, means you are taking medicine but there is no response. So this is called as the one drug tolerance. Means you are like tolerant to a drug. Why? Because you are taking that medicine from long period of time. Now you are taking that medicine but you are not like getting any responses, right? In the case of, like you can say that initially the response was higher, and after few year or few months the response will be less, then it will be less, less, less. By the time what will happen? There will be very less action, right? In the case of the tachyphylaxis, what is occurring? Like there will be no response from a drug for temporary time. Temporary time in the sense is that like you are taking medicine, but at some moment, like if you are taking a medicine for very fast time, so what is occurring? Fast time after taking that medicine, like there will be no response. And if the response, like this response is different from this tolerance, since like if you are taking that medicine and there will be no response for some period of time, like it's not kind of chronic. In the case of the tolerance, with the time there will be no response. If you take that medicine also, there will be no response at all. But in the case of tachyphylaxis, just for temporary period, like for the 10 minutes or 15 minutes, maybe in 1 hour, there will be no response from a drug. Means it's like temporary stop. After that, if you take that medicine for second time, so there will be the response at means there will be response, like so this is called as a tachyphylaxis. So in the tolerance, there will be the permanent change in response, but in the case of the tachyphylaxis, what will happen at the few moment, few time, like it's just a sudden stop for few minutes or few hours of time. There will be no response. Means dose is there in your system, but you are not getting any response. And if you repeat that dose after few hours or like few days, there will be response again. This is called as the tachyphylaxis. It's like a temporary, like temporary change, and in the temporary no response. In the case of the idiosyncrasy, you can say like if suppose if you are taking a medicine, like suppose you assume that you are taking a medicine A, and A is known to produce the B like uses, and it will produce the C kind of adverse drug reaction. So it's a known that the tachyphylaxis case, it's known that in the case of the idiosyncrasy, what is there? It's known. What is known? That if you are taking A medicine, and A will produce what? B uses, right? And what will produce, if you consider ADR, means adverse drug reaction or side effect, what? Now it will produce the C effect, means C side effects. And it's known, if you consider 1,000 people, like all the people have the same kind of mechanism. But in the case of idiosyncrasy, it's that like for the few particular group or few people, there will be some different kind of what na adverse drug reaction. Like 1,000 people, 999 people have what na kind of C, right? But for the one person, maybe for one group, means very few people, right? But now there will be some different kind of response, means therapy, means the ADR. There will be different kind of ADR. This is called as the idiosyncrasy. Means there will be some change, and that change is like means not known to, means and this will happen to only few people. Means if the 1,000 people are there, for the 1,000 people, for 9,000 means 999 people will not get those kind of thing, but for one person there will be some kind of like changes. This is called as the idiosyncrasy, means exceptional case. Exceptional in the what? In the like ADR, adverse drug reaction. For the, if you consider like for if you see the example barbiturate, few people if they take barbiturate they get excited. So this is kind of what? Na it's a kind of like idiosyncrasy. For the 1,000 people, for the most of the people, for the 99% people or 99.99% people will not have that kind of ADR, but for the few person there will be those kind of ADR for the same drug. This is called as what? Na idiosyncrasy. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.